the halachas of koshering utensils. Let's say you want to kosher your pots, your pans, whatever it is. He says it is appropriate if it's possible. Again, if it's possible, it's not a necessity to have pots and pans and plates separate for Pesach. In other words, you can kosher everything. But if it's a possibility and you can get separate pots and pans, it's better. Some people say that when you buy pots and pans or plates for Pesach, buy the ones that have on the bottom of the pot or the pan and the plates little protrusion that the plate doesn't sit directly on the surface, so it's a little above the surface. So even if there's some chametz on the surface, the plate or the thing doesn't touch directly, so there won't be a problem. A thermos, you know, they have a thermos that you keep hot water in it. It's a thermos people put in, and the water stays hot for like 24 hours. According to halacha, the thermos doesn't have to be koshered if it's a new thermos. In other words, some people felt that the thermos has a certain kind of a ointment in the inside that might be non-kosher for Pesach. But if it's a new thermos, you could use it for Pesach.
It has to go to the mikveh though?
At the mikveh, yeah, of course, the mikveh you have to put in. Now, there is a tradition that some people had that they don't use china that has glaze, you know, glazed china. Today we can do it because there's no chametz in it. Also, there was a tradition in Europe that Jews didn't use any dishes that had color. You know, like a color, like some china have like gold or different color in it. They felt it was chametz. Today you could do it because today it's not made from chametz. If you buy new dishes from a store that's owned by a non-Jew, you don't have to worry that maybe the non-Jew used it for chametz and sells it to you as a new dish, because when someone has a business of selling new dishes, they're afraid that it's going to jeopardize the whole business if someone finds out that one of the dishes was used. So there's not a concern that maybe he used it. You know, you could buy it and you can do it. Obviously, all these dishes have to be put in the mikveh before you use it, but that has nothing to do with Pesach. That has to do with using dishes like that. The other thing I just want to add is there many tzaddikim and many Jews have a custom that all your kosher Pesach dishes that you used the year before, they kosher again before they use it this year. Why? Because they're afraid that maybe during Pesach last year, especially the ones that fell on the floor, you know, something's a fork, a knife, a spoon, maybe it fell on the floor, they touched chametz. So even though it's 12 months since the last year, but maybe it was this, and therefore they actually kosher the Pesach dishes before they actually use it. They kosher all the dishes. Do you have to be so stringent or not? Many people do it, but the Koizenberger Rebbe, the Zatzal, he says just to wash it well, and that's it. You don't have to kosher, because since it's 12 months since it was used, so even if there was chametz, as long as you wash it, don't use the dish before you wash it. So even your Pesach dishes, don't use it directly. Wash it first, in case it fell on the floor and it had chametz.
That has to do with pots also?
Yeah, anything.
Anything just have to wash it?
Yeah, wash it and then use it.
So if I have to use something for a couple of years, then automatically...
Oh, you mean if it's not kosher for Pesach?
I believe, let's go back a lot of years.
Yeah, I'm saying if it's not kosher for Pesach, just wash it and use it. If it's not kosher for Pesach, you have to kosher it.
What about the dishwasher?
What if the dishwasher?
Can you use your dishwasher?
You have to kosher it.
It's kosher all year, but it's not kosher for
So
Pesach.
it's not kosher.
So can't you run it
Steam
2
it?
times?
It's a power dishwasher.
If it's stainless steel,
Two things you gotta do. You have to get new racks,
you gotta get new racks.
and then before you put in the new racks, put the cycle of the dishwasher 3 times on the highest cycle.
If it's not plastic inside.
And stainless steel.
It has to be steel, like the old days.
Yes, and just get 2 new racks.
Don't get racks, we can do.
And microwave?
Sure.
They're rubber.
I'm saying you make your life different.
How about fancy plastic from Amazing Savings? Can you use that?
It depends how much it costs. If it costs more than $1, you can use it. If it's less than $1, it's a problem.
Really?
There you go.
Okay,
Wow.
no, just joking.
Oh.
Don't take
No,
it
I know.
serious. Okay, after
That's good.
Pesach,
Use it.
he asks if you
You
buy
use it, you toss it?
new dishes in Amazing Savings, can you use it? Yeah, if it's new, why can't
Yeah,
you use
Amazing
it?
Savings, it's so
What's the
beautiful.
difference? The fact that it's cheap doesn't mean you're not allowed to use it.
And it's beautiful.
On Pesach, you're allowed to use cheap things if it's new. It's a
They're
fact.
holier.
And then you toss it.
The little caddy.
And you
Okay,
toss it away. Throw it away, the whole thing.
The little
The
caddy.
guns, the guns.
The little caddy for that we use for the candles. You know, little cup for the candle where we put the oil. You
How'd
put it in
food go?
No.
Did you see my
Only
car?
food,
Which
the only
car?
thing that you eat from.
Antique dishes cannot be used.
My car,
But you
my
don't
car
use
was
it for
car.
food. Okay, Chevra, one more thing I just want to mention is I don't know if your wife or you use a lighter, to light candles for Shabbos. You have like the 2 candlesticks or the 5 candlesticks or the 10 candlesticks. That has to be kosher. You cannot leave it on the Pesach table if it's not kosher. Because during the year, it's used on the table with chametz, and your wife washes it and makes it silver, if it's silver to shine it,
Use
is
a
also
cloth.
in the sink that's chametz, so we consider the lighter 100% chametz.
How about if you use
No,
just the
so
cloth?
you can't leave it on the table because maybe something will touch it. It's a
Even
kosher
oil?
design. Either way.
Yeah, but it's not yad, so let it go. There's
It
nothing
doesn't
else.
matter, it's like putting a soup pot that's chametz on the table for Pesach. You're gonna let a soup pot chametz pots on your table? No, you don't put it because your food might touch
Yeah,
it.
but you wash it.
Even lach b'lach and yovish b'yovish and kar b'kar, on Pesach you machme.
So you have to hold out the.
No, kosher it. Kosher the
They have to be
lighter.
kosher.
The candlestick?
Holder, holder.
That only holds the candle?
The silver holder, the candlestick.
But the candelabra, just clean it.
Have to be
No, you have to kosher it.
Oh, the whole tovel?
If you kosher it, put it in hot water.
That's all, top
No,
water.
not tovel.
candle.
No, in the puddles.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you know
What's the
what
big thing? You
get
take a
on the
pot.
candles?
Yeah.
Cook it with bubbling water, and then pour it on the light.
No, you have to take these Shabbos candles that you use every week, and you can't use them.
That's what I just said. I
You
just
gotta
said.
say you gotta total it in boiling
Right.
water.
Boiling water
Unless
and
you
let
kosher
it, the
it.
candles go in.
Yeah.
Not the wax
The
candles.
candle sticks, not the candle.
Just
Yeah, the
water.
candlestick.
The candle stick.
The hole, it's the hole, the hole.
Not the candle.
Sitting in
Not
a
the
box.
candle itself, the candle,
candle
if you
sits
put it
in
in
a
hot
box,
water,
You put a
it's
candle.
gonna melt.
Not the candle.